Madam Speaker, last week, President Trump came in this chamber and he said he was going to balance the budget immediately. I just want to go over some facts, not politically, just facts. We've got a $36 trillion debt. That's where we stand. Now, currently, we're running a $1.8 trillion deficit. So if you were to balance the budget, that would be zero, and we should stay at a $36 trillion debt. But what does President Trump do with the Republicans? What is their budget? Their budget actually is going to add $28 trillion of debt over the next 10 years. Now, here's the kicker. It's not just that they aren't balancing it to keep it at $36 trillion, it's that they're adding more debt by adding to the deficits more than the current deficits. The current deficit projection would add $23.9 trillion of debt. But the Republicans want to add $28.5 trillion of debt, $4.6 trillion more of debt spending than the current deficit spending. I just ask for some math. You want a deficit spend to have tax breaks for the wealthy because you think that'll help the economy? Fine. But every American should look at this chart because the Republican budget is making the deficit and the debt worse. It's not balancing the budget. Now I want to speak about my second chart. Madam Speaker, many of us want to cut waste, fraud, and abuse from government. So where should we look first? Well, how about the Pentagon, which has 13% of the federal budget? Now, Mr. Musk, who I've known for 15 years, he's firing all these veterans. You think, oh, is he saving money? Let's look at this chart. All of the DOGE firings, 0.004% of the budget is where Mr. Musk's cuts have come. That's 455 times less than the Republican tax breaks, which are 1.82% of the budget. I don't understand it. I mean, Mr. Musk, Elon, you're an engineer. You're cutting 0.004%, while the Republicans are providing 455 times that in a tax break, and you're not touching the main budget of 13% of the Pentagon. So I have a proposal for you. You can either come to Congress to explain this chart, why you're going after 0.004%, or USAID, 0.7%, as opposed to going to the 13% of the Pentagon budget, why you're allowing tax breaks of 455 times more than the savings you're finding at DOGE. You can either come to Congress, or you can go to Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart called you out and he said, why not, if you want to cut waste, cut the Pentagon defense contractor budget? Why not cut the fossil fuel subsidies? Why not cut the drug manufacturers who are ripping off the government? Just talk math. Talk math about how you get actual cuts, because right now you're cutting 0.004% while not going after any of the real holy cows in our government. Thank you, Madam Speaker.